Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever applicable to your geography location. Thanks once again for joining into our channel, that is People's Reaction. As always, we have very interesting topic for ITL professionals today. That is asset versus inventory. Yes, that's asset versus inventory. This topic is quite confusing among the ITL professionals. If you ask anybody who's working with ITL processes, as an example, actually incident, problem, change, capacity, event, you might see that they're using these two words interchangeably. That is the whole idea behind bringing this topic on the table today and try and see how these are different. Are they interchangeable? If yes, to what extent? So let's go ahead, see what do we have when we talk about asset. Let's consider the definition that is given to us by ITIL. ITIL defines the asset as any property, anything which is owned by your organization to enable the work environment for the employees, to create that work environment which enables them to create the revenue, is known as asset. Did I confuse you? Let me try and explain this again. So anything which is owned by your company means, let's say company provides me certain facilities to work for them. Let's say I go to the office. For going to office, company provides me vehicle transport, right? Then a chair, comfy chair to sit and perform my work, a broadband connection, a high-speed performing laptop that is given to me, an AC system, good lighting system, and a building, right? That is a typical setup that is provided by an organization for the employee to work for them, isn't it? Now, everything that I said, starting from the transport, chair, the high-speed laptop, the broadband connection, AC system, the building, these things are asset for the organization. Anything your company owns. I hope this is clear to you now. Now, asset is also divided typically into two parts. One is tangible asset. Second is intangible asset. Consider environment where, let's consider environment actually. When I'm saying I'm sitting on a chair in office, using the high-speed broadband connection, using the fast-running laptop, I'm creating some presentation, or probably I'm developing a software if I'm a software developer. So in asset world, asset is something that company provides me, right? Company owns it directly and owns it, facilitates to create that working environment. So that chair, broadband connection, high-speed laptop, AC system, right? The entire setup will be asset, right? So categorically, let's say if you consider the asset is divided into two segments, two categories. One is tangible, something which you can feel and touch. So all these things, laptop, your comfy chair, broadband connections, Wi-Fi devices, even the printers, all these will be tangible item, right? Tangible assets. Intangible assets are something which you can't feel and touch. Let's say intellectual property of the company. Let's say people, you often say that given the meetings on the company employees who are quite tenured, you might have seen them speaking to each other, discussing with each other, saying that employees are their intellectual properties. So that intellectual properties, licenses, these things are also asset. Licenses that enables their worker to work. Remember, that is which you call it intangible asset, which we cannot feel actually. One of the typical example, a good example of intangible asset is the brand name. Like my name is, let's say, consider the Orange, BT, let's say IBM, Pepsi. These brands are there, so people or the business owners, they trust them. So that brand name, the goodwill, is intangible asset the company holds. So this is about the asset. Now we'll try and move towards the term called inventory. Now look at the inventory definition. Inventory definition says something your company deals in, right, to create that revenue for themselves, which run their business. Did I confuse you again? Don't be confused. Let me try it again. Okay, inventory means for something a company is doing to generate the business. The company provides you the setup. Setup means the comfy chair, the broadband connection, highest performing laptop. Is it? It is not something which enables them business. The end product is not that. While sitting in the chair, right, using the broadband and that machine, the laptop, you're creating a PPT or developing a software that they sell to the customer, through which they get the money actually, they generate the revenue. That product is known as inventory. That gives them business directly. Or let's take another example actually. Let's say I'm a software developer. I'm sitting on the same example. I'm sitting in a chair using the high speed laptop and the broadband connection. I'm developing a software which company deploys it on the server that is situated inside a data center, right? And they sell it. The companies buy it. They explore it, they evaluate the software version, download it from the server, and get the license from us. And by this process, my company or our company is getting the revenue money. That asset, end product, that software that we have, right? Or that, yeah, that license software that we have inside it, right? That is your end product, which company sells. Is a medium for generating revenue. So that is your inventory. Let's take another example. Let's take an example that we are working on a food manufacturing company. In the product industry, we say the FMCG company. And my company is making like a food item, food products, like biscuit, chocolate. I'm working as a back office guy. I'm sitting on the same chair, using the laptop, broadband. I'm creating some report for them, right? And my company is packing those biscuits on the box that further gets sent to the vendors. They sell it off. We get the business. We get the revenue. Our company gets the money, and depending upon the company's holding, company's profit earning, my salary, my incentive gets decided. So the factor here, that product your company makes, you only support that. You're creating a sticker. Actually, you're sitting on the chair, right? You're tracking the inventory, helping, supporting them, right? But the end product is that food product, which we sell, through which we get this with the revenue, the money. That is called inventory. Typical product at any industry is categorized into two: product or service. Like give an example of product industry, software, and or service you can say, and the product is food industry. Now inventory is also categorized into a couple of category, categories, like raw materials, something which a company has which will be converted in future into item that can be sold. That is called raw material inventory. Work in progress, something which is in progress that is not in the final stage of processing. Work in progress inventory, and there's another thing called finished goods. Good is finished is probably being packed in a bag or probably in a packet, which will be distributed to the dealers, and revenue will be generated. The money will be obtained or probably gained by my company. So inventory is typically by three type: material, raw material, work in progress, and finished goods. Typically, that is applicable for the food industry. So hope that next time somebody says like asset on inventory, you would be able to identify what it is and how it is. So one example I'll give you. Just remember one thing. Whatever enables you to create or that business for the company is asset. Whatever company sells to the end users, that would be your inventory. Now, food for the thought is you try and explore, right? My laptop, my company is selling. I'm working in that same sort of setup where I'm sitting in a chair using the high-speed laptop and the broadband connection. I'm working. Later, my company decide to sell that off, sell the chair off, probably sell that laptop. Will that be inventory? Food for your thought. Just try and think in case you find that answer is given to you. Just try and ping me there in case I find that something has to be commented. I'll try and correct it.